Feeding time at Peer Lakers, or I'm a Dutchman. I just met a nurse that I could go for. I think maybe one of the finest lines in the English language. Those are the Ramones from the LP Leave Home, which has been reissued by Mau Mau Records, a division of Demon, and that, of course, was Pinhead. From the excellent LP I Am a Wallet, McCarthy. So it is. That's McCarthy from the LP I Am a Wallet. Very good stuff all the way through, and you may have missed their session last week. If you did, of course, it'll be going out again in, a couple of weeks' time. Tomorrow night, though, we have a session for you from Gore from Holland, and, I'm not going to tell you anything about it. There's an aspect of it about which I'm slightly concerned, but I hope you'll listen anyway and write in and tell me what you think of it. Perhaps not. These are the Royalty Ladies.
We are back to burn. Step off, sucker MCs, cause it's our turn. Well, controversy going around about who is the queen who deserves the crown. Well, I'll earn my title by poetry recital. Funky lyrication on the mic, I'm the idol. Sucker MCs, rhyme thieves who always try but can't be like the queen. Rock princess, girl, are you ready to rock with just a get on the mic, get on your mic, girl. Get on the mic and later, give it all you got.
marvelous night. Let me hear
The royalty ladies now.
Produced, engineered and mixed by Jazzy Jeff. Is it Jazzy Jeff? Jazzy somebody. Jazzy J, one of those blighters. Those are the royalty ladies on Sharp Records, and that's called It's Our Turn. And now Robert Lloyd and the new Four Seasons, the first from them tonight, Half a Heart.
I never thought I'd see the day when you would come to me and say that you were sorry we had ever met. I guess it all just goes to show how little one can really know somebody that's my darling you can bet. I'll never again risk all my chips on laughing eyes and lying lips. I may risk some, but I'll hold back parts. The burnt child always fears the fire, though you may fill me with desire. I'll do my loving with a half a heart. Half a love is better than none. I may miss out on half the fun, but it won't hurt me half as much if we should part. I may not feel but half the bliss if we share just a half a kiss, but I will always be left with a half a heart.
That's Working Week, a new single from them, which is called Largo, and rather good too, I think.
Did you get the shirt?
You what?
Did you get the shirt?
No. Shirt?
Well, there was a lovely shirt apparently that went with that.
A shirt with the record?
Apparently a really nice black denim one.
And I didn't get one?
Neither did I.
Well, not playing that again then. My goodness me, what do I think I'm in this business for? And not for shirts, that's what I'm after.
Shirt.
It's the last time I play that. My goodness me. Before that, it was Robert Lloyd and the New Four Seasons and Half a Heart. And now from the Untold Fables, who come, I think, from somewhere in California. Certainly their record label is based in Burbank, California, Dionysus Records. And this is ideologically unsound, but it's got some fine guitar playing in it. For My Woman. And very nice too, on a 7-inch EP on Dionysus Records from Burbank, California. Those are the Untold Fables, and that's called For My Woman. Now, when we first broadcast this session from MC Duke, being a discreet kind of chap, I didn't mention at the time that he was serving a term of imprisonment, but this is the case, and apparently he's not embarrassed about that and doesn't mind me mentioning it to you. More importantly, he gets out tomorrow, so that's quite good, I think. So, something for him to look forward to will be the small cheque that he gets from having his session rebroadcast. MC Duke, this is Funky for You.
Night and I was kinda bored. Me and Derek both chilling. We both just scored. Saw the freaks to the door and we said bye-bye. Sleeping freaks are 50 cause you know they're fly. Then I said, yo Derek, what we gonna do? He said, I don't know, Duke, I'll leave it up to you. So I said, yeah, cool, you know we'll head up west. He gave me the sign and we both left. 20 minutes later, maybe a little more, we were both just chilling on the dance floor of the African Center. Atmosphere was dead. It was so hard to move, there was no room left. Then over the speakers came a message for weed, calling Dempsey Duke and Derek B. You know what's up, and these words are true. Derek B and MC Duke getting funky for you. Derek started to cut, I grabbed the microphone, and we both started grinning cause we felt at home. The crowd started moving, mouths open wide. Linda shouted out, word East London pride. Cause when I grabbed the mic, first word is damn. See, I rock the house when I'm in the jam. Derek's cooler than the North Pole, I'm hotter than the sun. Cause I'm rapping, he's cutting, and we just begun. He cut so hard like a slap to the face. Everybody started moving all over the place. I commenced the rhyme, everybody got stupid. It was a love song, and in came Cupid. My name is the Duke, but I held the queen in my arms so tight, and her eyes were green. But I left the chick for stacks of browns and blue, and that's why I'm here getting funky for you. Memoranda in a fresh art form. It's a love song that's moving and far from norm, displaying words from the heart in a brand new rhyme. Cause we all fall in love at some time. You see it happen to me and it will happen to you. And when you first fall in love, you will be true. But if you're like most guys and just like me, one day you too will long to be free. Cause a girl that you love will always tear you apart. She will tear you to pieces and hurt your heart. In the middle of the night as you try to sleep, you'll be thinking of your girl, your number one freak. But if you mess up and she finds out, she'll tell you to split without a doubt. So if you get a nice girl, remember what you do. Give her love and affection, she'll be funky for you. The whole crowd was amazed at what I said. That our homeboy revealed what was in his head. For a minute there was silence through and through, and then the crowd said, yeah, we're funky with you. And so the beats commenced and we continued to jam. Homeboy Jazzy B looked up and said, damn, is this really happening? Did I hear what I heard? And a brother to his left just said, word, I don't think it's a phase, I don't think it's a fad. None of the people just partied and felt real glad that the Duke and Derek B had found a place that they could rock with treble, love and bass. All the problems on the street were far away. No knives, no guns, nobody being slayed. So remember everybody, whatever you do, get stupid to the beat, cause we're funky for you. Funk, funk, funk for you. Funk, funk, funk for you. Funk for you.
MC Duke in session, and that's called Funky for You. And for those of you who have access to it or live in the London area, in the current issue of City Limits, or the new issue of City Limits, there's a very excellent piece on, principally on black music in the London area. A lot of insights into it and so forth. Well worth reading. From the Sons of Ishmael on Over the Top Records, what they describe as a mystery bonus track. See how long it takes you to identify it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
intensely moving. The Sons of Ishmael, who come from I think Ontario, is it? Somewhere in Canada, most assuredly. And that's from the LP Pariah Martyr Demands a Sacrifice, or PMDAS, if you'd rather. And yes, Meaford, Ontario, Canada is where they come from. And that's from an LP. I've given you the title of the LP. And the title of the track was, well, Mystery Bonus Track is what they call it. Here's one from FSK. Well, I say one from FSK. It's the same one, in fact, from the EP American Sector. I Wish I Could Sprechen Sie Deutsch.
I came into Deutschland and what did I find? I couldn't speak a word that was said. While hearing the language I was so inclined to hit a few words in my head. Oh, you soon pick it up, all my friends played it safe. But here's the total I picked up today. Danke schön, bitte schön, Wiedersehen. Noch ein Bier, kommen Sie hier. Ein großer, ein kleiner, ein nix verstehen. I wish I could sprechen Sie Deutsch. I met lots of Wolfgangs, but I couldn't speak a word. I might as well not heard a voice. With my Danke schön, bitte schön, Wiedersehen. Noch ein Bier, kommen Sie hier. Ein großer, ein kleiner, ein nix verstehen. I wish I could sprechen Sie Deutsch. In Frankfurt last night, about on a spree that was plain. I followed them into a joint down in town, too famous to mention its name. Oh, maybe I'm crazy, or maybe I'm not. A night in the jailhouse is all that I've got. With my Danke schön, bitte schön, Wiedersehen. Noch ein Bier, kommen Sie hier. Ein großer, ein kleiner, ein nix verstehen. I wish I could sprechen Sie Deutsch. I must have said something that meant something else. The police I just made me their choice. With my Danke schön, bitte schön, Wiedersehen. Noch ein Bier, kommen Sie hier. Ein großer, ein kleiner, ein nix verstehen. I wish I could sprechen Sie Deutsch. Danke schön, bitte schön, Wiedersehen. Noch ein Bier, kommen Sie hier. Ein großer, ein kleiner, ein nix verstehen. I wish I could sprechen Sie Deutsch. Danke schön, bitte schön, Wiedersehen. Noch ein Bier, kommen Sie hier. Ein großer, ein kleiner, ein nix verstehen. I wish I could sprechen Sie Deutsch. Danke schön, bitte schön, Wiedersehen. Noch ein Bier, kommen Sie hier. Ein großer, ein kleiner, ein nix verstehen. I wish I could sprechen Sie Deutsch.
Oh, it was Kaiser Bill's Batman, of course, is what they were whistling there. I couldn't recognise it. I mean, I knew it, but I couldn't identify it. And somebody told me what it was yesterday, and I'm grateful to them for doing it. FSK, Freiwillige Selbstkontrolle from the EP American sector, and you remember that originally, of course, in our session with the ensemble. I wish I could sprechen Sie Deutsch. Amaswazi, M. Volo and Malathini. This is from the LP Thunder Before Dawn on Earthworks, and this is Uchwala Begazati. From the LP Thunder Before Dawn, that's Amaswazi, M. Volo and Malathini, and jolly good stuff too, I think. And from Prong, an LP which I know has been going down particularly well on BBC Radio Lancashire, from an LP which also, actually it's not called Prong at all, it's called Primitive Origins, that's the title of the LP. This is Watching. Ah, that's the stuff, eh? From Prong, from an LP called whatever I said it was called before, Primitive Origins. That's Watching on the Spigot record label. Now, in the past couple of years, I've been slightly disappointed with the various Fetus products and so forth that have come our way, particularly the Fetus All Nude review. But in this latest one from Scraping Fetus Off the Wheel, which is called Ramrod, well back to mid-season form, I think, including towards the end of it, something that sounds like the Planets. I mean, if it's not the Planets, then it's a very good kind of parody of the Planets.
Flew in a retard city, USA. And I've been here so many times before. Made a sacrifice at the shrine of Bacchus. Blue ruin, lemon on the side. Hair of the dog for this son of a cur. That soldier of misfortune. With one club.
Sniffing worse than 45 good old tongue by sundown son. Don't like your type around here. And no one around here for you, boy. Or you're one club foot. Just by the crowbar's rear windshield. Two front tires slashed. Puppy of irate bird, bright rednecks. Looking for another white nigger trash. But when the going gets tough, the cuff get going, get going. Get tough. When the going gets tough, the tough get going, get angry. Get tough. Get angry, stay hungry, stay lean, get mean. Say what you mean, and say I mean. Say what you mean, and say I mean. Say what you mean, and say I mean.
Well, now, is that Mars, Bringer of War, whatever it's called? Obviously, somebody will write in and tell me. I, of course, never get the chance to listen to Radio 3 because I'm listening to Radio 1 all the time, 24 hours a day. Well, I mean, not 24 hours a day, but I have it on, at least during the night, just in case something should happen, as you might imagine. And that's Scraping Fetus Off the Wheel, and that's called Ramrod. Now, back in 1958, there was another Ramrod.
Party people, clap your hands. All the freaks, clap your hands. Let's go. Do you believe? I believe. Do you believe? I believe. Do you and you and you and you? Do you believe? I believe. And house. It's the only thing I believe in. You must feel the rhythm. I can make you move. Feel the music in your soul. I am the spirit. I am the spirit. I am music. I am the music. I am the creator. I am the creator of house. Of the house. I will make you feel the rhythm to jack your body. Jack your body. And when I beat the music, you will feel it. Do you believe in house? I believe. Do you and you and you and you? Do you? I believe. Do you believe? I believe in house. I believe in the house. It's the only thing that makes me move. You can bet I don't want none of that other music. I need something to make my feet make me move. Now that you know and you know and you know and you know that you feel the rhythm, I know. It's time for the creator to pump the box. Pump me, baby. Pump me good. Pump me, baby. Oh. Pump me, baby. Oh, I like the way you pump me. You know, only you know how to pump me. And this music, this house music, you can bet it's making me move. Make me move. My world is cold. Oh, and inside me, I feel the heat. I feel the heat. And inside my soul, I don't want nothing but house. I created the sound so underground. Only freaks could relate. You know you're a freak. Now my sound is coming from underground and it's boiling over. The sound people are trying to make. Don't you change my They are messing up by trying to make it commercial. You can't change my music. My sound is underground, way down below. When you move your feet to the groove. So when I hit the bass, baby, get off your butt and jack your body. Hit the bass, hit the bass, hit the bass, hit the bass, hit the bass. All the freaks in the house. All the freaks, raise your hands. Freaks in the house. All the freaks, clap your hands. All the freaks in the house. All the freaks, raise your hands. All the freaks, raise your hands. Raise your hands high in the air. Now clap your hands. Just clap your hands. Repeat after me and say, yo baby, yo baby, yo. Yo baby, yo baby, yo.
A black man, and another black man. That's what it says on the label. Finally, Jackmaster Funk is considerably involved in all of that, and that's called I Believe. Before that, it was Dwayne Eddy from 1958 and Ramrod. And shortly, we've got something for you, one of the hits of ABBA in Hindi from an LP issued in 1981, which only arrived in my in Walter's office this afternoon, but terrific stuff throughout. And before that, though, is Robert Lloyd and the New Four Seasons in session, and this is Top Floor to Let.
By my wandering mind. the top floor to relax.
Robert Lloyd and the new Four Seasons in session, and that's called Top Floor to Let. And I was talking to Robert in this very studio, actually, just last week, and he was saying, I think I remember him saying that he was going to take the new A Keep on the Road sometime in December, do 1 or 2 gigs then. As promised, a track from an LP issued in 1981, but I've only just become aware of it, called Salma and Sabina Sing the Hits of ABBA in Hindi, and this is called Peli Peli Preet, which those of you who are into ABBA will recognise as Super Trooper.
मुझको नहीं पता आके तू बता जाना आते जाते लोग देखे मुझे क्यों पतली हुई नजरों से तेरा नाम लिखा है मेरी शर्माई नजरों में सारे भेद खुद खुलने लगे हैं चोरी नहीं की है तो क्यों मैं डरूं क्योंकि पहली पहली प्रीत है ये मेरी जाने क्या मुझको नहीं पता आके तू बता जाना क्योंकि पहली पहली प्रीत है ये मेरी जाने क्या होगा मुझको नहीं पता आके तू बता जाना प्यार की आँच से पिघलता
12-inch EP Racer X. Now back in session with MC Duke. This is The Raw.
Devastating, you is for unbeatable. K cause I'm a killer, and if there's no equal. In my first rap I told you it was just this, but now it's time for me to make up my hit list. Don't you know in my pocket there's a saw north? You can never ever say that I am soft. I try to tell everybody that I could make it. You didn't have my faith and you thought I'd fake it, but now you hear my rap on your radio. So all your lyric rhyme bodies, I'm ready to go. How can you say you're Casanova, you stupid bum, when I'll be getting all the chicks? You said you won. I'll beat you down the first time you're holding a grudge, and if you look me in my face, my eyes won't budge. You see, this time I'm laying down the law because I am the line, and this is my roar, the roar. To all contemporary rappers in the world today, MCD's on the move, and you all slaves. See, I created relativity and not Einstein, and all theories for or ain't his, they're mine. No, I'm not biting, and now I'm glad to say, cause I've been around for years and came the hard way. Back then you try to diss, but I know you're less, cause I'm sitting on the phone with my foot on your chest. I know you can't understand about MCD, but it's not a mystery, you see, it's my story. 84, 85, I was on the street, making sure enough ends, and things were sweet, but then things went bad. What could I do? I got cold bugged out by the boys in blue. Now I know the score, so I'm dissing the law, cause I am the line, and this is my roar, the roar. So now you see I'm back, I'm on the attack, boom. You can't tell me that I'm whack, cause I tell you once, but never again. We ain't buddies and no way friends. See, I'm a one-man force causing a revolution to my stage. Free suckers will make a contribution, cause my rap's on the rise, yeah, I'm going aloft. Taking rap to the Russians, I'm going with y'all. So if you look in the sky and see the stars are bright, you know the sky's just shining off my light. Just twisting and turning so you understand. When I grab the mic, I must be in command. You think that you can take me out, but I bet you don't. You think you probably will, but I know you won't, because clothes are designed for MCD, and you be getting all your clothes from charity. The Raw. Now I'm a wizard on the mic, so you best behave, cause I'll beat you down like my personal safe. See, when I was away, you all got real slack. Just remember everybody, Duke is back. We try to rock the show just like I did, but like an auction, I get the highest bid. You know I started rocking on a mic just for fun, and if you think this is chill, yo, I just begun. Not doing this move for my health, but I gotta jump back and kiss myself. So don't you never try to diss or say I'm soft, cause I got more friends than all these north. There's no doubt, just a shout when I'm in the house, cause my bomb explodes when I open my mouth. Cause it just started rocking, I open the door. Just remember I'm the line, and this is the raw. Started at the back, now at the front of the line. Back in slavery days, they would've said I'm prime, but slavery's done, and you know that's right. And if I was a slave, I would've put up a fight. Ain't nobody putting me in chains, cause the pigs done it once, but never again. See, I'm a free man, and I'm black and proud. Just remember everybody, shout it loud, the roar. The roar. 2, 3, cut it.
That's MC Duke in session, and that's called The Raw. And I've had quite a few, well, about 4 or 5 anyway, entries already for this year's Festive 50, without having said that there was going to be a Festive 50. And I don't know, you know, as I've hinted in programmes over the past year or so, I was getting a bit fed up with doing it, and because it becomes so predictable, didn't really fancy doing one this year, and was resolved to throw all of these cards in the bin and just kind of carry on as though it had never happened, in the hope that you wouldn't notice. But then I got a very persuasive letter from a chap who writes to me regularly, who always just signs himself a country solicitor, and hasn't identified himself, and I hope that one of these days he eventually will, when he thinks the time is right. And as a result of this and discussions with Walters and so forth, we felt that it would be... I mean, there are great disadvantages to it, mainly as the country solicitor points out, that people vote for the records which they think will get into the festive 50 rather than voting for the things which they actually do prefer, because, as he says, he actually, which is quite wrong, of course, sends in 2 votes each year, one which actually are the tracks that he prefers, and then another set of votes which are the things that he thinks will get in there, if you see what I mean. And Walters and I decided after, I say, a lengthy and thorough discussion this afternoon that we'd go ahead with the festive 50 this year anyway, and but in the hope, probably pious, that people would actually vote for the records that they preferred, as I say, rather than the things which they felt would get in there. So it's the usual thing of your 3 favourite tracks of the year. I suspect I know what they're going to be already, but never mind. 3 favourite tracks of the year, be they LPs or single tracks or session tracks, in order, if you would, on a postcard or on the back of an envelope to John Peel, BBC Radio 1, London W1A 4WW, and that'll be for this year's Festive 50 to be broadcast over the Christmas and New Year period. This is DJ Lebovitz from the LP Beware of the Piano and his version of a Ramones favourite. Those are the Tar Babies, and that's a track from the SST LP Fried Milk. Loose Convictions, the name of it. And before that, a record that one or two people have written in to ask about, which is on Foul Records from San Francisco. That's the same label as bought you the recent 7-inch EP with 4 songs on it about tattooing or being tattooed. This time, though, it's DJ Lebovitz, and the LP's called Beware of the Piano, and that was Judy as a Punk. Now the Big One Crew featuring Cutmaster MC, Reggae Got Soul.
Well, now, no matter what the people say,
Pump up the volume,
these songs
pump up the volume,
lead the way.
pump up the volume.
What's that little orchestral bit cut into that? I'm really dying to know. It's been bothering me ever since I first heard the record. The Big One Crew featuring Cutmaster MC, and that's Reggae Got Soul. And these are the Meltations. I think previously I played you the B-side of the record because at the time I preferred it, but since then I've come to like the A-side as well, and that's called 32 Sweet Teeth.
That's as maybe. There's nothing I can do. At the risk of sounding sticky, I must tell you I'm in love with you. Well, it meant nothing when I kissed your toes in the park. It's a shame that I'm not as brave as I am when it gets a little bit dark. Come on, baby, say it. Come on, baby, say it. All this sugar is killing it's okay to suffer from a sweet tooth. Well, I've got news for you. At the risk of sounding sticky, I must tell you this guy's got 32. This feeling, well, I guess it glows in the dark. It's a shame that I wasn't kneeling when you said it, though I know you only said it for a laugh. Come on, baby, say it. Come on, baby. Come on, baby, say it. Come on, baby. All the sugar is, all the sugar is. All the sugar is killing you.
Those are the Meltations, and that's called 32 Sweet Teeth. Once again, I have to apologise. I spent a great deal of time apologising to you. As you've probably noticed, I'm driven by guilt, actually, by and large, motivates almost every single thing that I do. I have to apologise for the fact that there's been so little reggae in recent programmes, and the reasons for this, or one of the reasons for this, is that Jane, who was helping me out by going around record shops and things for me in central London, has gone off to start a new life as a BBC engineer. A thankless task, I'd have thought, but that's what she's gone to do. So once again, I'm thrown back on my own resources, which are minimal. And over the weekend, I was listening to, well, a pile of records, as always, and I heard somebody do a cover version of Neil Young's Powderfinger, and I thought that it was all right, but by and large, I'd rather hear the original. Nice to hear that again. That's Neil Young from the LP Rust Never Sleeps, and that's Powderfinger. And, my goodness me, I tell you what, these Dylan fans do not give up lightly. They do not like their man to be criticised. I went to see him at Wembley a few weeks ago, as I may have mentioned, and wrote a review of him for one of the Sunday papers, and not a favourable review, it must be said, but I thought, I sent, there were a couple of things where I'd like set myself up to be attacked, in a sense, and rather than just being like sneaky and covert and so forth, and not admitting why I was saying things or writing things. But the letters come pouring in, and I suppose as the newspaper goes into kind of libraries further and further away from Britain, more and more people are going to write to me from exotic parts of the world. I mean, some of the mail I've had from Europe on the subject has been quite disconcerting, rather alarming, some of it even. And the thing is that, of course, it's one of those traditional things where the things that I found unpleasant about it, about the whole event, other people saw it as being like the key to the man's personality and to his genius and so forth. Very, very worrying, but some strange letters indeed. And I started off by trying to reply to them all, but frankly I've given up on it. This is from Screeching Weasel on Underdog Records, and this is March of the Lawnmowers.
nice lawn, but now your whole backyard is gone. Too bad you tried to cut your grass. Too bad that you ran out of gas. Just one too many beers. Now it's in your car and back to Sears. It ate up half your better rug, but now you've got brand new spark plugs. You've got a bitchin' mower now. You think you are the cat's meow. You only have yourself to thank when we put Drano in your tank.
There you are, those are that is Screeching Weasel on Underdog Records, and from an LP which is also called Screeching Weasel, if it's called anything at all. That's March of the Lawnmowers. And here's a magazine, just opened a magazine, and I like to see all these kind of independent football magazines and football-related magazines of one sort or another, and I've recommended more than one of them in the past in the course of these programmes. And here's one it's called the Chelsea Independent that I've not seen before. Issue 3 it is, in fact, price 20p, with a picture of Pat Nevin on the front of it, looking distinctly furtive. And it's these magazines, I must confess, because obviously the way the football is run and the people who run it repel almost any reasonable human being, I think. But these magazines, if anything gets me back to the match, it's going to be these magazines and the attitude of the people that write them. If only they could become really a force in the land, I think football would be a much better thing, I must say. I mean, I know that's a very imprecise thing to say, but if you read the magazines, and I think you should if you see any of them, then you'll see what I mean. This is Robert Lloyd in session with the new Four Seasons, Sweet Georgia Black.
Well, how come it is I get so impressed? However it is, I wish you all the best. As the things go right for you and I step away, sweet Georgia Black, I bid you good day. And how come it is everything looks so sweet? It's easy to understand, it's what attracted me. Well, I say, Georgia Black, I wish you good day. Imagine if you had none of this at all. Well, I would still love you, you might even hear my call. But now I won't be there when the next teardrop falls. Sweet Georgia Black, I'll be nowhere at all. Well, I plan my days just to fit you in, and I might get to see you if you're doing nothing. Well, that's too. But sweet Georgia Black, it's not good enough. My 2 ways of wanting for you are starting to bite. I don't know if it's you or me I'm thinking of every night. I guess there's nothing wrong with being a memory. And although you are, it takes nothing from what you mean to me. And so for the final time in verse at least, go on and be happy, and I hope you succeed. And everything goes right for you as I walk away. Sweet Georgia Black, I hope you have a nice day. But I won't let this moment get turned into a trap. And if you're ever without, then I won't turn my back. Here I stand with the words that I've written torn up in my hand.
Robert Lloyd and the New Four Seasons in session, the last of them, and that's called Sweet Georgia Black. Let me remind you once again that in tomorrow night's programme we have the Radio 1 debut of Gore from Holland, who've got some fairly grim reviews over the past 2 or 3 months, and there's a track in tomorrow night's programme which you will find, I suspect, a bit of a challenge, but I hope you'll stay with me anyway and listen to it and let me know what you think. And over the weekend, I mentioned earlier on, I was sorting out 12-inch singles at home, and which means like lifting them out of one shelf and putting them in another, basically, and extremely tedious and grubby work it is too. And I came across a record, an early 12-inch actually, 1976, the Errol Flynn, J.J. Barnes on Contempo Records. And on the reverse of that, I found a track which I couldn't remember ever having heard, which is by the Dupars, featuring Vanetta Fields, and it's called Love Cooking, and it's actually extremely good.
Patty cake, bacon man, love me, all you can. Love it up, cook it up, cook it up, hunger. Patty cake, baker man, love me, all you can. Love cooking, yeah. Love cooking, love cooking, love cooking. Love together. Love together.
Faintly suggestive as well in parts. I hadn't spotted her the first time around, honest gov. Those are the Dupars featuring Vanetta Fields, and that's on Contempo Records, issued in 1976 on the reverse of the Errol Flynn by J.J. Barnes. I must play you that sometime as well. And that was called Love Cooking. Now from the Close Lobsters, the title track in a sense from their LP, Foxheads. From the LP Foxheads Stalk This Land, those are the Close Lobsters, and that's called Foxheads. And the last from MC Duke, most appropriate really, given the circumstances of his life at the moment and events that will be occurring tomorrow. This is called Free.
How can you stand there and try to tell me it's right that a black man could be put under white? You try to tell me we live in a world democratic, and all I can see is crazy fanatics. Does it take so many to die before you see? All the people really want is equality. Back in the old days, South Africa, the blacks let the whites just take over. Now they're living in the garden, whites live in a house where black servants walk in, then right out. You see, from what I'm rapping, I hope you see that one day the black man will be free, free.
Yo, man, you see the news tonight, man? Jesus, you see what they're doing over in South Africa? Boy, that's just weird, man.
Malcolm X and then Martin Luther King both knew that their words will one day bring all the brothers together in all countries and inspire words and rhymes like these. They were sick of sitting down and hearing the lies, cause niggas ain't stupid and pigs don't fry. Cool brother Malcolm X said it this way: if a man rips a wife, what do you say? The whole crowd spoke just like a one. Load up, squeeze the trigger and shoot your gun. You see, this ain't a dream, it is reality. This ain't science fiction on TV. Free.
Yo, check it out, man. They trying to say that they can't report what's happening over there, man. Like they trying to cover something up, you know what I'm saying?
The world sits back to max and relax while South African white shoots South African black. Black brothers go down into the mines to bring to the surface the gold they find. They're only doing the job just to earn a wage. Do they earn fair money? No, it's been arranged that they do it or don't stay alive. No regular money, no 9 to 5. So I'm saying these words, I don't give a damn. I'm black and I'm free. I hate the Ku Klux Klan, and if they ever put niggas back in slavery, one of them niggas could never be me, cause I'm free.
Hey man, we just about to go down to the South African embassy, man. But like they trying to say, we stand outside there, we obstructing the pavement, man. So we gotta chill, you know what I'm saying?
Now you've been hoping it's a question of mind over matter, but the black man's skinny while the white is fatter. Tell me, what do you see? Switching on your TV is a lot of stupid confusion. When tossing swing through the air and without a care, you kills the niggas, you know that's illusion. So what I'm trying to say is what we're watching today is a whole mess of crap. If you believe what you see, then you don't need me. Your brain needs a mega slap. You said you'd make us civilized, taking away our spears, but now the sound of the shotgun is also clear. I know the warriors were brave, but now they're not. Now they hide behind rocks with the triggers cocked. So if you check out the battle, the whites stand back while on the battlefield the blacks kill blacks, and that's wrong. And that's the way it is, but it ain't right. And this is showbiz, but I'm free.
Lord God help that boy. They're gonna whip him dead.
That's the end of tonight's news bulletin. Please disregard everything you've just heard.
MC Duke with Simon Harris, and they'll be welcome back on this programme at any time, and that's called Free. And from Misty and Roots, a new 12-inch, Together. Misty and Roots, a new 12-inch from them on People Unite Records, of course, as always, and that's called Together. And I seem to have mistimed this programme more than somewhat, so I'm going to play you another track from the LP, Pariah Martyr Demands a Sacrifice, by Sons of Ishmael. And this one's called Does It Matter? What I particularly like about this track, actually, is the kind of ironic applause or a ludicrous kind of, well, drum solo, I suppose.